Good morning. So we've got the roof raised. We actually ended up going up another 2 inches, so we've got it up a total of 20 inches now. And the last step now is to build the walls to fill that gap that we created when we lifted up the roof. We've got a bunch of sill plates installed, and those are anchored into the block wall with 5/8 anchor bolts. Those are 17-inch bolts that go deep into the block. And now we're starting to put the studs in that will connect to the sill. And we've doubled up the sill. That was a single sill originally. We've doubled up the sill, which is now the top plate. So that gives us a little extra structure there. So that is in progress, but before we screw everything down, we want to square up the roof. It's always been a little bit out of square, and it might have gotten a little bit worse when we lifted it. So measuring from side to side on the front and the back and from corner to corner, it's skewed enough to make it about an inch wider on the front than on the back. So we're going to try and straighten that out. In order to do that, I've got this cable hooked up to the double top plate in that corner. That's the corner that is pushed out about an inch. And that goes all the way across the room into this back room here. And got kind of a bulkhead thing built into the joists of this room. And got a web strap wrapped around that. And that is connected to this hand winch. So we've got that cranked up a bit. We've got the cable under tension, and it's looking pretty good so far. We're actually off by almost 1.5 inches on this side, and about 1 inch on this side. So this top plate was actually overhanging the wall by about 1 inch, and now it's back about 1/2 inch. So we've moved about 1 inch. It was overhanging about 1/2 inch, I think, and now it's back 1/2 inch. So we've moved about a full inch back, and that's lined up pretty well. This one over here, as you can see from the way that joist is installed, this one is overhanging, the top plate is overhanging to the outside. But it was about 1.5 inches, and now we're down to a little under 1 inch. If you look at those 2 pencil marks right there, those used to line up. So we pulled it back like 3/4 inch. And we've got some beefy pieces attached to the wall and going up above the top plate, and those are stops that'll keep it from going further than we want it to go. Got another one over here. So just going to leave this under tension for a few hours and see if it slides over a little bit more. If it doesn't, that's probably good enough. If it does, we'll take what we can get. Getting it trued up now will probably save us some hassles later in terms of getting everything lined up and getting the room square. So we'll see how it goes. See you next time.